Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakester. So, as we all know, the Houston Rockets' NBA season, particularly since Christian Wood's been injured, have been a very, very bad basketball team. It just looks like chemistry's off, and you can just really tell, like, when a team buys into something and when a player or a team doesn't, and we definitely are seeing that with Victor Oladipo. I feel so bad for this franchise because obviously they had to go through the drama at the beginning of the season of James Harden not wanting to be there, and now it looks like Oladipo also does not want to be there and will probably get traded, hopefully, before the NBA trade deadline. So for today's video, guys, we are going to figure out a Victor Oladipo trade to hopefully get this Houston Rockets team, back in the right direction going forward. Now, before we get going on this video, gotta let you guys know, over on my third channel, Crispy Flakes Plays, I have the most craziest episode of my Detroit Pistons My GM series going up. It is the NBA trade deadline, in which I had to do something that was really one of the toughest decisions of my entire life, man. My life's been not so bad so far, right? So yes, also check out my other channel, Extra Crispy, for daily NBA content and reactions over there. But let's go ahead and get going on this video. So, Victor Oladipo. The most difficult thing about him right now and trading him away is that, for one, NBA teams are like, well, Oladipo wants to be on the Miami Heat. Like, that's just how teams, they're like, we're not going to give up assets for Oladipo on an expiring contract if we don't think he even wants to be here next season. It's kind of what the Houston Rockets did, right? I feel like if this team could go back, despite Caris LeVert and his health issues, I think they probably would have just rather kept Caris LeVert at this point, right, man? So beyond that, okay, so say you want to trade him to the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat are like, we know Oladipo wants to be here, so why give up assets to get him? Well, to be quite honest, I do think there is a trade to be had with the Miami Heat to get him over there, because we got to keep in mind, like guys like Jimmy Butler, 31, gonna be 32 next NBA season. Goran Dragic's 34. Yes, this team has a nice young core of Adebayo and Tyler Hero and Achua, but there are also big parts of this team that are kind of starting to get up there in age, where it's like, okay, maybe we don't want to wait till next NBA season to make a run. We all know we were in the finals last year. Let's make a run right now. So at that point, you could see yourself pulling together some sort of trade to get him over on the team, right, man? I think that's kind of the best way I can think about it. But looking at the rest of this Rockets squad, what exactly do they even need? Christian Wood, he's been fantastic. Right up there in most improved player with Jeremy Grant, obviously, man. But I will say, like, I wouldn't mind going for a center and running Christian Wood at the power forward spot. I personally like him at the 4 a lot better, just him roaming the court and kind of like, and not having to worry so much about interior defense, but still being able to bring a defensive presence. So I like the idea of that. You obviously have John Wall on this team, who's not been bad. He's averaging 20 points, 6 assists. Yes, he's been bad at times the past few games and stuff, but for the most part, no, he's not worth $42 million, especially with an injury history, but at least you didn't trade for John Wall, and he was just this completely trash player that nobody wanted on this large contract, aka, well, Blake Griffin, right, man? So yes, at least you got that going for you. I don't think you trade John Wall this season. I don't think the trade's there, but as that contract dwindles down, if he continues to prove himself, I do think there's a team out there that might take him in the 2021-2022 season, or maybe even that player option year, just to try something new. Like I said, assuming he stays healthy and continues to put up numbers, right, man? You got Eric Gordon, who is a fine shooting guard. He's averaging, like 18 points a game this season. Oladipo on the year is averaging 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. So, I mean, that's still good numbers. Honestly, I look at him like, why is this team doing so bad? I do think it comes down to the coaching, like transitioning into a new system. And I know they let go of DeMarcus Cousins recently, but, really having a team that's built more so for that small ballness that they were running last year. And maybe so that's not the system the coach actually wants to run, right, man? So I do think that's kind of a big part of it. But let's go ahead. Let's figure out a trade to be had for Victor Oladipo that makes sense, for both sides, for both teams, right? So obviously we are going to have Oladipo in the trade right here. And as far as the team that trades for him, I do think there's a lot of teams that make sense, where I'm just like, yeah, I could really see Victor Oladipo helping this team out right now. A team like the Dallas Mavericks and everything. Like, he would be perfect alongside Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. The Indiana, I'm not the Pacers. I mean, that would be cool if he went back to that team, just because I liked him over there, man. But yeah, that's not happening. A team like the Denver Nuggets, alongside Jokic and Jamal Murray, he could be a missing veteran piece for this squad. That team makes a lot of sense. The Pelicans, I feel like there's a trade to be had right there where he could be the veteran piece alongside Ingram and Zion Williamson. So the Detroit Pistons, in a 3-team trade that we acquired Oladipo, LeBron James, and Giannis. That's not going to happen. But yeah, I would be Kind of happy if it did, not gonna lie. I'd be very happy about that. Regardless, man, there's a lot of teams out there that could use this man as an asset, but I think ultimately speaking, the only trade that would ever happen would be the Miami Heat. So you got the Miami Heat. What do the Heat give up in this case? You don't give up Jimmy Butler. You don't give up Bam Adebayo. Like I said, you don't give up no crazy asset because he is he's an expiring contract that wants to be there next season. So I feel like the piece that would be given up, the best chance, would be Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson's 26, 27, great three-point shooter. It's come down to the point, though, where maybe the NBA has figured him out a little bit, to the point where, okay, if you're the Heat, yes, giving up Duncan Robinson would kind of suck because he has been a three-point sniper, but at the same time, you got to keep in mind what you're getting back. You're getting back Victor Oladipo. You're getting back a guy that can score in a multitude of ways, and you still have Tyler Hero on the team, right? So I think that would help. I would give up a second-round draft pick. I wouldn't give up a first-round draft pick, but a second-round draft pick's fair. And then I'm going to say probably like a Kelly Olynyk, just to kind of like help with salary. So the Heat would still acquire $2.14 million than allowed. So the Heat are acquiring more. So we got to give up one more player to make this really work. I guess, well, what's Olynyk's contract? Okay, we got Olynyk on $12 million. Okay, so I'm just going to do this just to make everything work out. Iguodala, I'm not saying that would be the piece. We'll do Iguodala, and then I will also toss in PJ Tucker. If the money works, it does not. Okay, so now I'll also toss in Olynyk over here. And also do Myers Leonard. There we go. That works. PJ Tucker is a guy that can help more, I think, more so than Andre Iguodala. You still get that grit and grind guy with a bit of a better three-point shot. You get Oladipo. And then the Houston Rockets, they get something in Duncan Robinson. They get a pick out of it. Iguodala probably gets bought out. Myers Leonard out for the season. So him or Olynyk. Anyway, it does give them a little bit more depth. Myers Leonard is only 28, by the way. So he does have a team option on that contract, too. So you can just decline that probably next season. I think that's a pretty fair trade for both sides, man. That is the trade we are going to do. And there you have it, man. So let's go ahead and select the Miami Heat real quick here. Team selection, just so we make sure their rotation is down pat. And I clicked the wrong button, man. Great day. Okay, team selection. Okay. And by the way, if you guys are watching this video and something else has happened, I do apologize. I am making this video ahead of time because I have taxes today. Tax season, man. Please leave a like. Please watch the ads. I'm just... Oh, it's going to be bad. But yeah, okay. So, what did I do? I am all just discombobulated. Goran Dragic, Oladipo, Jimmy Butler, PJ Tucker, Bam Adebayo. Yeah, I'm not trying to cheat, but I am going to up PJ Tucker a little bit because I do feel like it's the case where he's playing probably just not as good because he's on a bad team. But I do think he would probably play a bit better, on a team like the Miami. So I'm going to put him like a 76 overall, which is like his rating last year. So give him a little bit of a better offensive consistency. And we'll just put up his intangibles without messing up with his other stats too much. So 76 overall feels about right. 74, he's higher than that. He's just playing on a bad team, right, man? You got Hero, Achua, Avery Bradley, Kendrick Nunn off the bench. You like seeing that. Oladipo's actually a decent rebounder for a guard, so that's nice. And PJ Tucker, he is averaging on the season right now only about 5 points per game, but 5 rebounds per game, playing 30 minutes. Maybe he is trash now, but 76, I think the motivation will help him out. So, yeah, we'll go with that. Put you right there. Put you right there. I like it for the team, man. And then for the Houston Rockets, nothing too crazy going on. I feel like at this point, you probably put... Yeah, I would start Deshaun Tate. And then I would probably put... we got Eric Gordon at shooting guard. So let's put Dunk Robinson at small forward, 78 overall. Kevin Porter, get some minutes off the bench. That's kind of cool to see. I don't care about you, so you can play damn point guard, Myers Leonard. You can play... Yeah, he's out for the season anyway. So, yeah. So we got that for the 5. It's a lottery team, unfortunately. But in the future, man, show some promise, right? Maybe a little bit with some of the guys. So let's go ahead, simulate this NBA season and see what this is all about. Simulate through date with the Miami Heat and see what they can do, right? But plain and simple, man, like this Miami Heat hey, Luke Kennard for Oladipo, let's do it. No, let's not pull the trigger on that one. But regardless, this Heat team last season, man, they really snuck up on people and absolutely balled their life out. So far, so good. We are third in the conference, 12-5 record. At least it looks like it's working out for them. But the Heat, once again, is a team I would not want to see in the playoffs. I do think they need a little bit extra out there at the trade deadline. They got to go for something. just, I feel like losing guys like Jay Crowder did kind of suck for them, and they do need to work on their rebounding and stuff. So I know originally I said that like Andre Drummond was kind of a bad fit for them, but if Drummond bought into either coming off the bench, or if, Heat fans are confident that he could work alongside Bam Adebayo, then sure, that would help out a lot. But I do think there's ways to get rebounders out there that would help. That would be fine. Like maybe go for like an Ed Davis. I think he's on the Timberwolves right now or somebody like that. So he would be just like an old head out there, but can still grab some rebounds. Or, there's centers out there that can grab rebounds that are not Andre Drummond, right? Like ego-wise, you don't get as much with, right, man? But this is working out pretty nicely. Maybe Christian Wood playing an entire healthy season alongside John Wall too works out for them. Maybe they'll end up making the playoffs and surprising you, right? But yes, looks like we are finishing as a top team in the Eastern Conference, doing a full season simulation, obviously. 50 plus wins. We are actually going for mid-50s, it looks like. And yeah, man, we are doing amazing out there with a record of 56-25, second in the conference. Still got to get past the Brooklyn Nets. And we got the Houston Rockets as 37-44. So not great for them, but it was good for the Miami Heat. Simulate through date. Finish the W on the season. There we go. Yo, is my thing looking okay over here? Okay, I was about to say, man, I felt like I was like popping off the screen or something. Okay, simulate through date. All right, so we got LeBron James, LaMelo Ball, Spencer Dinwiddie, Giannis. Don't have injuries on. Christian Wood actually got the most improved player, so good for him on that. But any Heat making this, Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. So yes, as the second seed, I'm glad they got respected with it. We are second in the conference. We got the 7th seed Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round. I am in the way. I do apologize. Rockets actually made the playoffs too as an 8 seed. So, like I said, that is with them playing an entire season with no injuries on, right? Which is why I like doing these videos like this. I want to see like a fully healthy roster. So, yeah, this is what the season stats are looking like. Oladipo has 17 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists per game. Amazing. PJ Tucker, probably played some defense and stuff. That's what he does. That's all I gotta say about him. Okay, Houston Rockets. Let's look at Duncan Robinson as a small forward. 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists per game. Going into an expiring contract, by the way, so that is something to consider. Kevin Porter did nice getting some minutes out there. And yeah, Christian Wood, 27-14. Absolutely beasting as the #1 focus of the team. But all right, let's see how these playoffs go. Cleveland Cavaliers, simulate round against them. And we do beat them 4-2. Closeout game 25 for Bam Adebayo, 13 rebounds, 7 assists. Oladipo dropping 14, 8, and 6. And the Houston Rockets, wow, upset the LA Clippers behind 33-14 for Christian Wood. Oh my God, did not see that happening. Okay, simulate round. Philadelphia, bro. If we get the Houston Rockets and the Miami Heat in the NBA Finals, I will lose my mind. Bro, 7-game series. They are coming up clutch. 33 for John Wall. Oh my God. Okay, trade of the century apparently. We do sweep the 76ers 4-0. Didn't really see that happening, but here we are. Simulate round. Okay, the Houston Rockets appropriately eliminated in the Western Conference Finals, and the Heat also eliminated to the Brooklyn Nets, which could happen. That Nets team is really damn good, man. So, yeah. But getting back to the Eastern Conference Finals, pretty huge regardless. So, I'm still happy with this trade. I feel like it makes sense for both sides, assuming, you want to get something for Oladipo. I think it makes sense. So, like I said, it's all about leverage, right, man? I mean, there's just some cases where if you don't have the leverage, then you're not going to get equal return. Is Duncan Robinson better than Oladipo? No. But he's better than getting nothing back, in my opinion. So that's all we got for this video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. Check out, like I said, man, Extra Crispy Flakes plays. And thank you all so much for the support on these videos as of recent, man. Like, it's been a lot of fun just doing these trade scenarios. So that's all we got. Peace out, guys.